purple side, sorry. So here we have, let's run through the picks and bans one more time, J-Storm. Let's take us through HKA's picks.
HKA picks, we have Pasa, the mid laner on Ariana. 5, very comfortable pick here. Jarvan in the jungle. Perhaps their support with Zyra. And got their marksman on Caitlyn. And Mr. Q swapping it up, playing Jax this game.
Yeah, that's right. And on the side of Saigon Jokers, we do have QTV in the top lane playing Shyvana. Safety in the jungle on Aatrox. Optimus in the mid lane on his KO. And finally in the bottom duo lane is going to be Archie and Junie on Lucian as well as Lulu. So here we have HKA kind of being the aggressors this time round as well. So both teams kind of mirroring each other, going through the tri-brush, and may place a few deep wards going in. So QTV does take that mastery in the jungle, giving you a little bit of a health shield coming in with the new masteries, and they do take a similar route. HKA does make their tour around the red side jungle a little bit faster. They're here camping it out. They do expect Fi to kind of style the red buff, and a great ward coming in.
Wow.
Good ward placement coming in by, who is it? Junie here, using one of the wards to just scout out this red buff brush. So not much action happening just yet, but look at the amount of wards coming out on the side of HKA, and a surprising start for perhaps. He goes for an all-consumable start instead of that Spell Thief's Blade, Ancient Coin or Relic Shield start coming in. So here we have SAJ going about in the jungle here of HKA. Will steal away the buff on the same side. Fi here just doing the counter trade, sorry, on the red buff as well. We do have a lane swap, however, for both HKA. Whoa, we have Mythic Q getting caught out here. First blood will go to Archie, and Mythic Q seems to went in to check the brush a little bit too much there.
Remember, kids, don't do this at home. Never face check the brush.
He didn't really face check the brush though. He did go in to try to put that warding trinket, and got caught out. Got caught out quite a bit, and he just died there. So this would definitely give the lane advantage to Archie as well as Junie. So that's quite surprising coming in. A first blood to the AD carry, and on a Lucian no doubt, that's gonna give that snowball lane even more of a push. So we do have perhaps as well as Engor just zoning out QTV. So what do you think about this lane swap that HKA kind of initiated?
I think HKA definitely wanted to win this position, which explains the wards at the start. And situation that and cheap out so many wards so they can get off this lane swap here. But I think it kind of backfired because Mr. Q went down there and giving first blood to Lucian.
Whoa, and the near knockout coming in from Safety. Mythic Q still at level 1, and Archie as well, Junie as well as Safety are all at level 2. Safety now hit level 3, has the Blood Well passive up, and Fi is nowhere near to respawn. He will be going for his own. The Exhaust as well as the Grasping Roots come out, will flash that Flag Spear combo there, so he will survive that fight. Mythic Q does not have his flash up and will be zoned out, doesn't get the knockup though. The slow will go down, the Mythic Q Safety will just start to deal him out under the turret itself. So this turret should go down very shortly. Does have the extended armor buff though, so they will have a bit of a hard time trying to pick this one up. Perhaps Fi and Engor are doing the same on this turret itself, pushing QTV away from their own turret. So both turrets should go down very shortly. Actually, they're not putting the aggression on the turret just yet because there are no minions, but still they will take away some of the jungle away from SAJ itself.
I think that was a very smart move there by the Ucan HKA team. They went down there, they saw the Aatrox. They know that Saigon Jokers have already committed to bottom. So since they know that they are going to get the top lane tower as well, why not deny for the jungle farm as well and make sure Shyvana falls behind Jax after the lanes normalize.
Yeah, that's right. And having the little plants there coming in will kind of allow HKA to fight it out. But as we take a look here, after the bot lane outer turret has been taken away, we do see SAJ start on the dragon, sorry. So they will take a 5-minute dragon, and having the numbers advantage in the bot lane is one of the reasons why you do not swap your double lane out. So they do pick up the turret, they do pick up the dragon as well, and only now the HK pick up that outer turret in the top lane. So Mythic Q here will start to freeze the lane a little bit, QTV will be quite happy just farming out. Misses a melee minion there, so that call from that. Optimus actually, whoa, taken out extremely low. Will Fi go down from this turret hit? No, he does not survive with just about 80 over health. No one is there to respond to the counter kill, so great kills coming in the mid lane. Fi doing work once again.
Once again, Fi on the Jarvan. Very comfortable pick for him there. We've seen him play Jarvan all 4 games. First 2 games, it didn't really work too well. It didn't really work out too well. Oh, he actually played decent in the first game. But in the first 2 games, his jungle game didn't really work out too well. And here we go, team fight breaks out. Counter-Strike goes out on Aki.
Yeah, that's right. Counter-Strike does go down onto Archie, but he will be able to just walk away from that one. Put in some more auto attacks coming in. Engard as well as Mythic Q now in the bot lane will be joined by Perhaps very shortly. Perhaps does put down a ward. Does now pick up the Ancient Coin compared to the Nomad's Medallion on the side of Junie. So from what I hear, supports really like this new Ancient Coin coming in compared to the Relic Shield. Originally, a lot of people love the Relic Shield just because it gave a lot of gold to your support. But the fact is that Ancient Coins cooldown reduction 20% there. It's going to be very helpful for you to get back up your rotations, as well as that speed boost from the Talisman of Ascension will allow you to disengage or even engage a team fight.
I think it's actually one of the larger reasons why people go for the Ancient Coin is because of the Talisman of Ascension itself. That speed boost is this patch's version of Shuvelas. There's no more Shuvelas in the game, and it has been effectively replaced by the Talisman of Ascension. When you have the Talisman of Ascension up, your ganks become so much more stronger, and it's so much harder for your opponent to get ganks on you. The speed boost is very useful, especially with the Lucian on your team. He can remove any slow debuff on him with his dash, and you put the Talisman of Ascension. Bam! Lucian is...
That's right, Lucian will be in the clear, especially that Relentless Pursuit coming in. So we did see Safety try to rotate down, does get spotted out by all these wards though coming in from Perhaps. So the vision control Perhaps really wants to get in the face of SAJ, prevent Safety from making any sort of plays. But look at the vision control for the side of SAJ as well. Optimus here does have a few wards to spot out any sort of incoming ganks. This was a little bit of a failed Draven ward coming in. Fi there trying to poke his head, gets a ward down on the side of Safety's jungle, but it seems it's gonna go back to the farming kind of lane once again. We did see SAJ take down the turrets. HK did respond with the same powder top turret, and it seems that look at the minion wave advantage. QTV will take a little bit of damage from the minions, but the early levels from Shyvana and the lane presence coming in. Whoa, the Dragon System comes out. Mythic Q taken out extremely low, will be forced to flash away. QTV didn't have the flash to follow up there, so it did burn the flash for the ultimate. Not much coming in, but HKA does go in with that blue buff pressure, steals that one away, leaves a Lizard. Will the plant be able to take it out? Yes, it does, clears that one out and walks away. So here we have an aggressive play coming in. We do see Pasa try to go in and stop this counter jungling happening from Safety here. He will be forced to dark fly away, didn't want to pop his blood well just yet. Optimus is now on the sidelines. Pasa will need to be very careful, but we have Fi as well as Mythic Q coming in, and they will secure the bull buff for Pasa. Pasa's going to be very happy about that. Optimus, not so much.
Small score there for the Honkai Attitude team, securing the blue buff. They might have dropped the dragon early, and although this game is about objectives, blue buff and red buff are still leisure objectives to be contested throughout the entire early stages of this game.
Yes, blue buff and red buff are one of these objective contestments or contested objectives definitely. And whoa, we do have Archie getting hit by the grasping roots though, so he will be able to get out of that, hits the piercing light just to clear the wave a little bit. And talking about objectives, I really like the fact that Kyling pointed out in the previous game that pink wards now are kind of mini objectives. The fact that they have an infinite duration in the league itself is something that you really need to look out for. Having that ward there for an infinite duration until someone actually decides to spot it out. Whoa, the Strangle Toss comes out. Archie goes all the way in, but Engard here is able to take him down. Not just yet. Archie is able to survive. He gets the culling out, but Engard gets exhausted on the side. Judy will go down. Now it's Safety up against Fi. Engard taken out very low. Will get the knockup onto him, but the Bloodwell passive will pop. Will Safety be able to get the last auto attack in? He does. Whoa, what killed him? I have no idea what even killed him. It could be the red buff thing coming in now. Optimus joins the fight. Fi now in a little bit of trouble, gets the Reckoning down on the side of Optimus. Fi needs to use her Flag Lance combo, doesn't have it up at this moment, pops the ignite, but we do see Pasa on the sideline pick up safety as he tries to walk away from that one. So it's going to be a, let's see, Judy goes down, Archie goes down, safety goes down, and on the side of HKA, only perhaps an Engard goes down. So it's a 3-for-2 trade in favor of HKA.
Now after safety has played a rather passive jungler in the first 3 games, we see him slightly turn on the aggression in the 4th game down here. Although that didn't really turn out that well for them, he needs to pull off more of such gangs with better trades and to get more kills onto the carries to get more objectives for his team.
Yeah, Archie was in a little bit of a pickle there. He didn't have the best positioning in that fight, and I think that kind of allowed him to go down very quickly. Junie didn't manage to pop the wild growth either, so that's quite questionable coming in. If they managed to kind of keep Archie alive, they would have easily been able to cleanly win that fight. So now that safety's Bloodwell passive has finally been popped and he just died to Pasa in the mid lane, let's kind of take a look at the objectives coming into this game. The goalie is now in the favor of HKA after getting that slight kill and win trade after that gank. But what we have here is that the objectives are even 1:1. The outer turrets on the top and bottom lane respectively have been taken out. Dragon is up now, but we do have vision control on both sides. So both teams know that no one's starting on the Dragon just yet. QTV is kind of bowling out. We will see the dive come in. Optimus will pop the intervention, gets the reckoning into the counter strike. QTV taken out very low, is forced to flash away. He will survive, and Optimus has slain Mythic in the top lane. Aatrox will be rotating down safety there just to provide some additional coverage, and look at Hong Kong Attitude's movements. They see that 3 people in the top lane, and now with the numbers advantage in the bottom half of the map, they are the ones to respond with the next dragon. So 1 dragon on the side of HKA and 1 dragon for SAJ. The goalie is now completely even, but SAJ are still continuing to push this lane.
I think there was a little careless there from SAJ. They went to the top lane knowing the dragon was up already, and because of that they lost the dragon. With the team composition, with Shyvana and Lucian, they want to be the ones controlling and fighting and invading.
Oh, Judy gets down very low, pumps the wild growth onto herself. The culling comes out, perhaps taken out extremely low. Will take that kill out, but in the top lane, however, we do have some aggression coming. Mythic going in to try to stop this lane push. However, Archie is now barely alive and got onto the sidelines. He will try to put on as much pressure as possible. Archie is now in a little bit of danger. The barrier will be up very shortly, and 1 auto attack from the turret will not be able to kill 5 just yet. So if he had that barrier up, he could have made some plays coming in, but too bad for Archie. Barrier will only be up when he revives for that one. 5 is able to pick up a clean kill off that one. He's now 4-0-1.
But down there, I think what Archie really did is that he bought some time for the rest of his team to regroup down there and stop them from downing the bottom turret there.
Yeah.
But here we have Pasa attacking the mid turret, but he backs off when QTV appears.
That's right, QTV will stop the aggression coming in from Pasa, and you are right, he managed to hold off the aggression in time, pick up a kill onto, who was it? He picked up a kill onto Perhaps, and did use the culling to try to push them and deal as much damage as possible. So the early level aggression coming in from Lucian, very dangerous and very strong. 5 as well as Perhaps now will join the mid lane. QTV is unable to defend this one just yet. He does have the Dragon's Descent though, but the rest of the SAJ team are unable to converge in time to save that mid outer turret. So now 2 turrets for 2 turrets on both sides, and the goalie now still in favor of Hong Kong Attitude. They have this about 1300 gold ahead of SAJ.
But looking at items, we can see Shyvana here. That's the first differentiation between Saigon Jokers Shyvana and the HKA Shyvana. In this case, they chose to go for the Sunfire Cave first. Previous games, when Mr. Q was playing the Shyvana, he opted to go better ranking all 3 games.
If memory serves me right, I think he went for the Sunfire Cave's Randuin's Omen too though. I'm not very sure about that. We have to take a look at the VODs, but either way, we do have the Sunfire Cave being picked up for QTV, and Perhaps getting caught out. Does hit the Stranglehold Towers, pop up 2 members and safety now. Will he have that Dark Flight coming back up soon? 10-9-8, no, not anytime soon. And it seems that Mythic Q will be able to get away from this one. We do have 4 members coming in, grouping up into this mid lane, and now it seems that 5 as well as Pasa is in the back foot. They will try to clear this wave out as much as possible to wait for their minion waves to come in. Mythic Q now dueling out with Shyvana, has that Phage coming in as well as the Vampiric Scepter, so it's going to be very interesting. What will Mythic Q decide to complete first? Will it be the Trinity Force or will it be the Blade of the Ruined King? He's kind of splitting up his build parts of it, but the Lifesteal from the Vampiric Scepter will allow him to sustain in the lane quite a bit. So what we have here is the aggression in the mid lane. They kind of decide against it because the rest of HKA were there to respond to the mid lane 4-man push. So it seems that SAJ will be going back to farm their jungle. Not much is left anymore. Safety is able to pick up most of the farm, and the rest of the laners will go back and try to shop. They don't really have much items to pick up right at this point of time, but it seems that SAJ QTV is in that little split push mission right now. Look at the amount of wards coming from SAJ. They really want the vision control. They don't want any sort of ganks come into bot lane. They want to protect their AD carry. They want Archie to be the stone pillar of their team and Optimus to make the plays. If Optimus can pull off some clutch intervention and save some of the key members on the team, I think it's going to be a very, very close fight for both sides.
I think the Saigon Jokers here, they might be a little irritated with their choice to trade the top tower for the dragon in this case, because now with the dragon down here, they can't really force the dragon fight that they want to be forcing when they start to hit their ultimates, when they start to hit their item thresholds here.
That's right, we need to wait on the Nationals to be completed on the side of Optimus before he starts wrecking face with the Righteous Fury. Righteous Fury in itself is an extremely powerful skill in my opinion, because it's able to shred both armor and magic resist, and QTV he himself does a lot of magic damage. Archie is able to do a lot of physical damage, and Optimus in general just does a lot of fixed damage. So we'll have to see which is the next objective they go for. The only outer turret left standing at this point of time is Hong Kong Attitude's mid lane outer turret, and Dragon will be up in 1 minute, so a lot of fight is going to be centered around this mid lane turret as well as Dragon. If any of them actually get a good kill and win in the team fight, they may decide to go either for Dragon or start pushing some of the lanes. So J-Storm, what do you think about the team fight composition coming in? I know we talked about it a little earlier in the pre-game banter, but right now it does seem that HKA, if Pasa is able to land a good shockwave, it may just end quite direly for SAJ.
Well, that need not necessarily be the case. With the Divine Intervention and the Wild Growth coming out from Lulu and Kill, they can actually turn things around even if the shockwave catches 2 or 3 people.
Whoa, QTV gets caught out a little bit here. He's forced to use the Dragon's Descent to get away. Mythic Q unable to land that counter strike, sealing the deal here, but he is able to get away, and look at that, just for Pink Ward. He needs to kill that Vision Ward. It's effectively an indefinite objective coming into this game. So having that Dragon's Descent, whoa, we do have a Dark Flight come in. Fi gets taken hit by hit, and Safety goes down, pops the Bloodwell. The culling is now the missing, will miss most of the members. Safety will go down despite the Wild Growth coming in from Junie, and this might be the fight they need to kind of start pulling ahead in the game itself. Ornament is down for QTV. They will not try to fight this one just yet. They aren't as confident to go for Dragon right now.
Well, I think that was a little sloppy there from the Saigon Jokers. Not all the team members were there, and Safety just jumped into 4 people that instantly got burst down, dragged his team members together, and because of that, 2 people got caught by the shockwave and they lost that fight.
Yes, they lost that fight indeed. So HKA here still being a little bit measured in their play. They do not want to take the Dragon just yet. And it just does seem that Optimus will now take his own blue buff. QTV currently still on that little split push mission. First item pick up for Jax on Mythic Q on Jax will be that Trinity Force. QTV will try to put in some more damage onto this top lane turret. If they are able to kind of take it down, they will be able to put on some more map pressure. Fi on the side will use the Flag Spear combo just to get away from that one. And Optimus, Safety, as well as Junie will just be there to clear away the Vision Ward.
And we have the HKA team picking up the Dragon there. The Saigon Jokers are definitely not happy with that. They want the Dragon control. When you have Shyvana and Lucian on the same team, you want to be the one ruling your opponent's team off the Dragon and not the other way around.
Yeah, they do want to bully Ucan Hong Kong Attitude away from that Dragon, but it does seem that Fi has been doing a pretty good job of going in at the right times, and Safety hasn't been picking the right team fights to go in for. He lost his blood well there, unnecessary, and forced Lulu to co-op the wild growth onto him as well. So what we have here now is once again the farm fans coming in. QTV has been doing quite a good job, I would say, split pushing in the top lane. Look at the clear from the burnout as well as the Sunfire Cave. And with that, Safety will just step on a cupcake, walk around the map for a little bit, gain some map vision onto the side. SAJ really need to take down this middle outer turret. If they want to open up the map, if they want to rotate and help QTV properly, they need this middle turret to go down.
Just look at the cluster of wards there around the dragon area. It just indicates how much Saigon Jokers have invested into trying to get the previous dragons, and they lost it. And they didn't get it. HKA went in, they took the dragon and said, oh, we got it. Got a problem?
Yeah, that's right. It was a very interesting decision because SAJ both times made the aggressive play. We saw the Dark Flight come in but completely just, you know, destroyed Safety. He was out of position so much. A great strangle taunt from perhaps just zoned out the rest of SAJ, allowed them to pop the blood well and just destroy Safety in the process. So picking up that dragon was kind of SAJ's fault in that sense because they picked a fight in which they couldn't win and they were not in the position to win that fight at that point of time either. They should have waited, made the dragon dance happen in the river where they had the vision control. As you said, look at the amount of wards they have there, and that was all set up for the dragon fight itself, but they picked their fight a little bit too far ahead where they didn't have the vision, and that just ended sourly for them. So speaking of which, objective control in favor of HKA. Gold differential now is at about 3,000 gold. Not too bad in 21 minutes, but SAJ would rather have that gold lead and item lead at this point of time.
Especially with the Jax on the opposing team here. We start to see Jax starting to hit his item thresholds here. Trinity Force is already up. Bridgewater Caress up. He's about 1,800 gold from completing Build of the Ring King at this point.
That's right, he's about 1,800 gold from completing that major core item indeed. And look at Safety playing so ballsy here. He just goes into the opponent's jungle, tries to lay down some wards, and what we have here is a 3-man push. Safety, Archie as well as Junie will try to do as much, and a great relentless pursuit to dodge out the shockwave. So this is one major cooldown blown away by Pasa. They want to capitalize on this, force a team fight in this mid lane turret as soon as possible before the shockwave is back up once again. Shockwave isn't on a very high cooldown, and they need to make use of this window of opportunity. And as I say this, 4 members of SAJ will start to group up in the mid lane to fight this one out, and the battle of the top lane will still be happening right now. Mythic Q as well as QTV both just trying to duel it out a little bit, and we do see QTV take a slightly different route of building his Shyvana. Does pick up the Bilgewater Carlos, will be building into the Blade of Ruin King very shortly, does have that Negatron cloak as well. So will we see a fight break out in the middle of the map very soon? I do expect SAJ once again, like I said, to exploit this very short window. This window is about to be up, they need to go in as soon as possible. So the Dark Flight does not connect at all. Safety is nearly chunked down to almost half his HP. SAJ has lost their window of opportunity. Shockwave is now back up, and it's going to be very dangerous to fight this one.
I actually don't like this. I actually don't like this idea of having QTV stay top and zero the Jax during the whole period. They saw the shockwave go down. They knew that was the window. They still have. They needed to take that outer turret, and Shyvana should have grouped together the team and forced the team fight at the turret down there, right then. But now Shyvana chose to push top instead. She chose to duel the Jax, and instead they lost the window. And now Fi may come in, doesn't get a knock up though. Junie is on the sidelines, does pop the Bilgewater Carlos, wants to deal as much damage onto Fi. QTV has the Dragon's Descent, he will pop the Wild Growth. Junie gets the Wild Growth and the knock up, uses the Dragon's Descent away from Fi. That was a little bit weird, that perhaps now getting caught out. The Strangle Taunts will only pop up Optimus. Optimus gets the kill onto Perhaps, and that was, I feel, a misclick coming in from QTV. Cataclysm onto himself, but does not get anywhere close now, and got in a bunch of trouble. Wanted to deal out RG. Safety has the boots of mobility onto himself and will try to deal it out. Does get the knock up though, and God now will try to pop the blood well, and he is still trying to get away onto this one. Will now meet Archie off to the side, gets the slow up onto him. Judy is on the sideline, full of health now. We use the glitter lens for the slow. Barrier is popped, but the burst damage from Lucian not enough to save.
his life.
I think that was a bit careless there by Angod, wandering so far into the opponent's territory without any wards. And he paid the price for it. He got caught out at first by safety, he tried to duel him, and then after that, 2 more people came and he got picked off.
That's right, he did get picked off that one. They did although waste some time chasing him around, and this allowed kind of Mythic Q to kind of farm it up a little bit. Hasa is able to get a 30 minion lead ahead of Optimus, but still not one of the worst things just yet. They do down the dragon, though perhaps Enterprise sneakily doing it. Let's check the vision on the side of Saigon Jokers. They have no idea that's happening, and neither does HKA. HKA will not notice if any sort of aggression is coming in. Junie is enough to just get them to back away from Baron. So no ward control just yet on either side, but it does seem HKA feels confident enough to take some major objectives at this point into the game.
Very well disciplined there from the HKA team. They know they're hit, they know they can start to press some advantages, so they go in, they get vision over Baron, and they start the Baron. But the moment when Junie comes in, drop a sword down there, hey, this is starting to get a bit dangerous, let's back out of here. Very well disciplined choice there, and they back out of their safety.
Yeah, that's right. I cannot wait for Optimus to hit his Lich Bait combination coming in from his AP KO. Once he does hit his Lich Bait, his Righteous Fury into Reckoning as well as the auto attacks coming out is gonna hurt like a truck.
Let's take a look at the late game composition down here. We all know Jax is a monster in the late game and that he outskills Shavan in that aspect. But on the other side here, we have that Aatrox. Aatrox is also another monster in the late game. We have Kill. Kill also very strong with all the damage in the late game as well. Could it be possible that the Saigon Jokers have a strong composition than the HKA team here?
I don't know about that, J-Storm, because we do have Angod playing a very traditional AD carry in the form of Caitlyn. Once Caitlyn is able to kind of get that Last Whisper Infinity Edge up, they should be able to kind of poke onto the side and deal as much damage as possible. Angod, if he's able to just wail onto some of the carries, it's just going to destroy them, especially with the headshot passive coming in. And Aatrox, yes, he scales pretty well into the late game, I suppose, but not one of the strongest scaling junglers coming in. So Javan, Aatrox kind of even things out. Jax is definitely a late game threat. Kale, with the auto attacks coming in as well as the intervention, can pull off some clutch plays in the late game, but Mythic Q is someone to be very, very wary about. That late game threat from Jax as well as from Caitlyn is something that SAJ, I feel, doesn't have enough prepared for them just yet.
And meanwhile, SAJ picks up their second dragon of the game. This dragon that they wanted so badly throughout the middle portions of the game, and now they finally got it here.
Yeah, that's right, and Mythic Q now dueling it out with QTV. Both of them take a lot of damage. Counter-Strike as well as up. The Grandmaster's Might is now popped. Safety is now on the sidelines here. Mythic Q, very measured aggression. He knows that QTV had backup coming and he just backed off from that one. So ultimate for ultimate, and it's starting to show. Mythic Q on Jax, extremely strong champion.
There was very good 6 sense down there. Although they did not have vision of safety coming, he smelled it coming. He smelled the bit coming. The Dragon's Descent came out, but he did not chase it. Very well disciplined and very good call there from Mythic Q.
That's right, it's a very good call indeed. So here we have the stalemate happening for the past 8 minutes or so. No new objectives being taken outside of the dragon in the pit. So the gold lead has now shrunk all the way back to 1,000 gold in favor of Hong Kong Attitude. The item thresholds have been hit on both sides. The Sunfire Cape, Blade of Ruin King completed on Shyvana. On the side of Jax is going to be the Trinity Force, Blade of Ruin King combination. For the junglers, a Warbox coming out from safety already, and in comparison, Javan has that Aegis of the Legion, so, and on top of the Giant Spell, of course. Hasa has that Athene Sun Holy Grail as well as the Death Cap, and not much happening just yet. Junie managed to escape from the aggression from Mythic Q. Mythic Q was thinking about burning the Flash into the Counter-Strike, decided not to do it. And going back to the items, AD carry pretty much even. We are waiting on Archie, however, to complete his Last Whisper just to match it up with Engod's item combination. So this outer turret is really, really healthy at this point of time, and having that up prevents SAJ from making any sort of plays in the side lane. So I do expect HK to try to defend this outer middle turret as much as possible.
Not only is the outer turret preventing them from making plays in the side lane, it's also stopping the Saigon Jokers from dropping wards into the opponent's jungle. Just look at the distribution of wards for both teams down here. HKA wards all over the place, wards into the opponent's jungle, wards throughout the entire river. For the Saigon Jokers, much less wards down here, focusing around the mid lane only. Why? Because the mid lane tower is still up. They want to get the tower down as soon as possible. But currently looking at the move on the map, they don't seem very pressured to go for those objectives, and they seem content to say, bring on the Jacks, we'll play you in the late game.
Yeah, that's right. It's gonna be very scary because allowing Mythic Q to pick up so much free lane farm is gonna be very detrimental. Let me change the vision back. It's gonna be very dangerous for SAJ. I still feel they don't have enough damage just to blow up Mythic Q in an instant. Engod, however, needs to be very afraid of of Optimus coming in. KO with that Reckoning, as well as that Shred coming in from his Righteous Fury is going to be very dangerous. So what we have here is both teams seem confident enough to go in for the late game. If Pasa is able to hit a good shockwave, the team fight would definitely be in favor of HKA. If Safety goes in and gets a good Dark Flight, however, I feel that the knockup should be enough to kind of deal with them.
Now SAJ is in a bit of dangerous position down here. They have got 3 members in the jungle, Shyvana is the bottom lane, and Kyo is still not with them down here. If they get caught up by the Jarvan and with the rest of the team, we might actually see a few kills being picked up by HK here. But it looks like the Zara and Orianna are going to recall, and that the HK team are going to pull out the jungle after getting some vision control into the opponent's jungle. Yeah,
they will try to get as much vision control into the jungle as well, and it seems that a lot of the wards have been cleared out by HKA. So what they need to do is try to assert some map pressure, and they really need to take this mid outer turret down as much as possible. This mid outer turret has been hampering any sort of rotations coming in from either side. If QTV decides to split push down either in the top lane or the bottom lane, he needs to walk the longest way around just to get to the other side of the map, and nearly there by catching out Safety. He does use the Dark Flight just to escape the Flag Spear combo, and the rest of the team will seem to be grouping up in the mid lane. We might see a fight break out very shortly near the mid lane turret or the Baron Pit. Dragon will be up in another 50 seconds, however, there's going to be another global goal objective for them to tussle at.
And now we can see both teams doing a little bit of a tango down here. They're doing a little bit of dance, moving forward, moving backward, don't step on each other's toes, and doing this little dance with each other alongside the river.
Yes, they will be doing this dance coming. Oh, Judy actually flashing on the wall, perhaps getting caught out. The Dragon's Descent comes out, Fire taken down, getting the slow off of himself, uses the Flag Spear combo just to run away. Engod now being slowed down. Now the Righteous Fury, the kill coming in, forgot the skill suddenly all of a sudden, and we do have SAJ try to, whoa, we actually had QTV that blocked that Ace in the hole coming in. So the Reckoning, yes, that's the word that escaped me from that fight. So now with HK having one member down, we may see SAJ decide to go onto this one. The Talisman of Ascension is now popped, and it does seem that they finally take out the outer turret, so a lot more breathing room lost on the side of HKA. So whoa, will they go for aggressive Dragon's Baron start? Yes, they do, because they did see Mythic Q up in the top lane trying to split push as much as possible. So they're trying to go for this Baron as fast as possible, and with Vi being so far away, Safety should be able to get that easy smite out onto the Baron Nashor. Optimus now going in. Engod taken down very low. A great Dark Flight hits up 2 people. Engod now goes down, perhaps gets melted, but Fire onto the sidelines, able to pick up the kill onto Optimus. But as all this happens, we do actually have QTV on the sidelines. Archie gets taken very low by the shockwave, does get a wild growth being popped up. Safety gets the slow coming out onto Pasa. Safety now gets taken out very low. The Culling comes out. Will he be able to take out Pasa? Yes, he is able to. But the inhibitor goes down on the side of SAJ. They are unable to respond to the split push on Mythic Q. Now QTV will try to deal it out.
Baron for an inhibitor. Well, some teams might be content for that, but I don't think HK will be too pleased with that situation. They had such a lead coming into that before the trade, and now they kind of like dropped some kills. They dropped quite a few kills to SAJ throughout the entire course of the exchange. They dropped the Baron, and now suddenly, whatever map presence that they had, that they were bullying SAJ with, is suddenly lost.
Yeah, the inhibitor turret will go down in the mid lane as well. Archie now getting exhausted. The flag spear combo should hit. The grasping roots comes out. The Dark Flight takes down perhaps and now find a little bit of trouble. Mr. Q will join the fight very shortly. He's onto the sidelines. Junie will try to scare him off. The little YOLO being very brave. They will now try to get an inhibitor for this. If they do manage to take this down, the trade will go in favor of SAJ. They get Baron as well as inhibitor. Mr. Q goes in. QTV uses the Dragon's Descent to try to push as many people back. Safety doesn't have that Bloodwell passive anymore. Mr. Q taken out very low. Archie on the sideline. Optimus now joins the fight. The shockwave is only able to hit on to Junie because the intervention comes in and prevents Archie to get chunked down from very low. So they do trade that fight once again 2-2-2, but it does seem SAJ will take their goal lead finally. They have the inhibitor turret taken down in the mid lane. They did lose the inhibitor turret in the bottom lane, but all in all, with the Baron buff and the global goal objective, SAJ finally pulls the goal lead in their favor, 2,600 gold.
There was a bit careless there by the HKA team. They should have put their things together. The moment Jax got an inhibitor, they knew that they should have started to castle up and defend from any inhibitor pushes that could be coming from Saigon Jokers. They went down there, they overcommitted a bit on the defense, perhaps got caught out, died, and because of that, they lost the inhibitor.
Yes, they did lose the inhibitor on that one, so SAJ making the correct decisions coming in. So, in the entire first 30 minutes of the game, SAJ was on the back foot. They were not able to take down the middle outer turret, and once they managed to get a good team fight, they caught out perhaps trying to deward in the Baron pit. They got the numbers advantage. They went in, take down the outer turret, and from then on it kind of just snowballed. They took the Baron because they saw Mythic Q in the top lane. It was a very interesting decision for the side, but we may have an engage coming in. The counter strike comes in, gets the Dark Fly just to run away, so safety as well as Junie very safe there.
Well played there from the Saigon Jokers. They know that they want to be consolidating, they want to push out their lanes and then defend their turrets. So down here, anything comes in, they just jump out, get out of the way, and do not get caught out by HKA.
That's right, they do not want to get caught out by HKA at all. So we do have Mythic Q being quite a beast now. He didn't go down in that last fight if I am not wrong. He leaped right away with barely any health left. And now he has a Guardian's Angel on top of his Blade Ranking as well as the Trinity Force. So he's going to be quite a terror of a monster. So we are now waiting for QTV as well as Optimus to try to come in. Safety gets taken up right now. He will go down to this one. Archie will be able to use that Relentless Pursuit to escape from the Strangletones there. So they do pick up a kill onto that one. It was very real why SAJ decided to defend that one when they only had 3 members. They didn't have that numbers advantage. And right now they still are at a disadvantage in terms of numbers. Ucan HKA Attitude will just easily swing onto this top lane turret. Now Mythic Q just gonna tank it up, just destroy this turret as soon as possible.
I think that was very careless there by the Saigon Jokers team. They knew that the HKA team had a numbers advantage, but yet they stuck around, and then because of that they caught out. Just moments before that, they were running. And because they wanted to hold to a tower that didn't have much significance left in this game, they dropped safety, and they are starting to surrender whatever goal lead that they had.
Yeah, that's right. They are starting to surrender whatever goal lead they had. They had a 2,300 goal lead, which has now shrunk to just about 800. So what we have here is that they tried to defend this inner turret, which really didn't matter much to them with a 3-man against 5-man push. Safety just died to this one, and you can hold on at it and said, yeah, we don't really need to fight you anymore. We have that numbers advantage. We'll just take the objective. So right now this is an extremely close game. SAJ, however, does not have that Baron buff anymore, so that's something Ucan HKA Attitude will want to take advantage of. The Baron will be up in another 2 minutes, slightly under 2 minutes, and Engard now has the Guardian's Angel as well, so we are hitting a lot of 6-item numbers at this point of time. Wow, 62.3k gold on the side of HKA Attitude, 63.3k gold on the side of SAJ. Inhibitors now spawn in 4 minutes instead of 5 minutes, so defending against an inhibitor and losing an inhibitor isn't really going to matter that much, or isn't going to be that significant anymore. Not only that, it doesn't give the side lanes or the other lanes any more pushing potential. All it does is give your minions in that lane in which inhibitor is down more damage. That is all it does. So both inhibitors are now back up. No more objectives to be contested at this point of time. One more outer turret is left standing on the side of Hong Kong Attitude, but I don't think they want to risk going all the way to the bottom and losing the Baron, which will be up in another minute. They need the vision control onto Baron now, however, so I do expect some of them to just go back, grab up some more wards. We do see Junie getting the recall right now, so both teams really need that Baron vision coming in. Mythic Q comes in, wants to get a leap strike off, doesn't get in range to proc the counter strike from that leap strike, and no engagements just yet. Perhaps now you see that oracles come in from the sweeping lens, final sweeping lens upgrade. It's called the Oracle lens, that's right. So the final one gives you that sweeping lens active as well and puts a 10-second oracles on top of your head. It's only for that 10 seconds are you able to kind of walk around and try to spot out any ward. So that's the only reminiscence of oracles left in this game. So here we have Mystic Q being the front line. You can see here the entire SAJ team is just running away from this beast, late game beast. He will be building into the Randuin's Omen very shortly, maybe even the Frozen Heart, no idea. Probably the Randuin's Omen gets that active slow coming in. So Mythic Q, I honestly don't think SAJ have the damage to take him out just yet.
I think it'll be very interesting how the Vision War turned out. We saw in the second game, SAJ, they won the Vision War, and because of that, HKA went in, they took a bad fight, they missed their ultimates, and because of that, they lost the game from there onwards. But in this game, we can see a lot much better vision control coming in from the HKA team here. They have got the Oracle's lens, they are clearing out the wards, and they are warding up Baron very well here.
Yeah, that's right. Junie hasn't upgraded his Greater Lens into the Oracle's lens just yet. So he will not have that 10-second Oracle just to walk around and try to clear as many rushes as possible. All the totems haven't really been upgraded into the pink wards, the Greater Vision totem just yet. So what we have here is some item advantage coming in, I would say, just because we do have perhaps holding on to that Oracle's lens in itself. He's able to just walk around and clear some easy vision. So Baron is now live, and we did see Fi go in. They don't send perhaps this time. Fi able to get out of there, the flag lands combo. So what they do have here is some back and forth, I would say, and the team that loses the next fight will lose this game.
Well, I won't say that for sure, but definitely whoever who wins the next fight is going to take the Baron, and is definitely going to take a significant lead in objectives. We already see two open inhibitors. Those two will definitely go down in the favor of whichever team who takes the next team fight.
Yeah, it's going to be very scary because 40 minutes into the game with almost all your champions at level 18, you're going to have like 60-70 second death timers, and that's not something to kind of scoff at. And with the amount of items coming in onto both Engod as well as Archie, they can easily just destroy the Nexus turrets as well as the Nexus. They both have an open inhibitor up. It's going to be slightly harder for HK to reach that bot lane inhibitor though, so that's not really going to matter much though. The moment you get the 70 seconds death timers, it's going to be very scary. So HKA feel that they have that superior advantage coming in. They don't want to go for the risky Baron play. I don't think any team wants to go for the risky Baron play. They really want to win a team fight right now, and they need to go for it very shortly. Optimus has picked up the Zhonya's Hourglass on top of the Lich Bane as well as the Death Cap, and he's going to be hitting like a truck. On the side, both AP carries actually going to be hitting like extreme, like crazy damage coming in. Pasa, the Shockwave is able to deal, let's see. Wow, it's going to deal about 700 to 800 damage coming in. He does have the Void Staff, able to kind of just ignore most of the magic resistance on both sides. And look at Optimus. The Righteous Fury itself is able to just kind of deal an additional 259 magic damage.
But I think what the real story here is the vision control over the Baron here. We see 6 wards down here for the HKA team, and we see only about 4 around the Baron for the Saigon Jokers. I think this is a position that the Saigon Jokers don't feel very comfortable with. They're relying on Junie at the moment to drop down all the wards, while the HKA team stay true to the 3-4-1-4 essence, and they're cooperating as a team to get all those wards down.
That's right, they are cooperating as a team to get these wards down. Let's take a look at how much gold we have. Whoa, the AD carry is now sitting on a bunch of gold. The next item to come in from each of them may possibly just be a second Bloodthirster or even Infinity Edge. Having that Light Slinger passive on Lucian will allow you to probably get 2 crits off in succession. And Mythic Q actually getting caught out by Optimus. Safety on the sidelines. Will he use the flash? He does use the flash. Does not get a knock up though, so we will have fire as well as perhaps kind of response to this one. So what we have here is that Junior uses his Wild Growth and Mythic Q pops his Grandmasters might just to get away from that one, and it seems that SAJ will be quite confident on starting the Baron right now. This will be quite risky. Fire is on the back line. Will they go for the 50-50 Baron Smite? Judy will try to zone out Fire as much as possible. He will go in, does not get a Baron Smite. Fire needs to get away from that one. The culling comes out. Safety tries to zone out as many people as possible. Optimus will take down Engor, and now Engor will fall. Mythic Q will start to join the fight on the sidelines. QTV is able to just zone out both Fire as well as Mythic Q. Mythic Q is now forced to run away. SAJ loses no members in that fight, but perhaps an Engor will go down.
Excellent. I think that was an excellent fight there from SAJ. I think the real story there was Junie. Junie went down there, hit the polymorph onto Fire, slowed down Fire for that crucial 1 or 2 seconds and stopped him from going in with the flag and lance combo to try and contest the Baron Smite.
That's right, he does get the polymorph off of Whimsy, so they do take down the inhibitor, and now they will go in for the Nexus turret. Mythic Q turns into a little cupcake. Fire gets knocked up. Fire may just go down to this one, gets hammered by Optimus, takes so much damage. Still alive from the command protect. Mythic Q on the backline trying to disrupt as much as possible. Gets the counter strike off. The culling will not be able to proc the Guardian's Angel, but it seems that the Nexus turret will go down. Now the Nexus will follow. SAJ take the quarterfinals. Will face TPA in the semifinals.
What an amazing game there from SAJ. We thought that it would be the